Oh boy, today I am a happy camper. For starters, I got the chance to wake up and see another day, thank the Lord, which is incredible. Not only that, this is our 420th episode. Now, I personally don't smoke pot, marijuana, weed, whatever, and I know it's legal in some states, and I've been to those states, but I don't smoke. If you do smoke, I guess smoke an extra one for me today to celebrate our 420th episode. Most importantly though, we're only a couple of days away from Halloween. That means Disney's cult classic Hocus Pocus is out on TV right now, which is one of my favorite movies since I was a little kid. I just absolutely love Halloween. I mean, come on, it's the only holiday of the year where you can be anything that you want to be. It's the only time of the year where it's socially acceptable to dress up like someone or something else and run amok.
All Hallows Eve has become a night of frolic, where children wear costumes and run amok. Amok. Oh, will you just...
Any other time of the year, people would look at you like you're stupid, but not this month, not in October. This month, you can be a football star if you want to be. You could be a soldier fighting for our freedom if that's what you want to be. You could be a doctor or a nurse saving lives if that's what you want to be. Heck, you could join the annual purge if you wanted to. Thank goodness we really don't have one of those here in the country, but you could join this month if you wanted to. Heck, if you wanted to, you could be Harry Potter casting spells at Hogwarts. I mean, you could. Oh, by the way, I got new shirts for the winter, just if you, long sleeve so I don't freeze. But to wrap this up, you could even be Thanos, snapping away half of existence if that's what you feel so inclined to do. But you can only do it this month. The point is, it's October. It's the greatest month of the year, and we're right in the thick of it. There's haunted houses, plenty of birthdays. I mean, mine just passed, so did my daughter's. More haunted houses, and costume parties galore. Today is gonna be kind of a different day, as I have several things going on. Like later on, I have to, we're gonna be heading to Dothan. It's that time of the week again. But today, we are gonna be talking about Halloween, where it came from, where it all started, and all of the Halloween goodness that comes along with it. Right after we get back from the intro here. Hang around, it's gonna be awesome.
Holiday worlds of old. Longer now than it seems. I'd say.
Have you ever wondered where Halloween came from or when it started? Well, first, before we do anything else today, I'm going to give you the answers to those questions. It's actually probably not what you think. By the way, I'm excited about the long sleeve shirts. I never had them before. I went ahead and ordered them this time just to have some different ones, and I am excited about having them. But at any rate, Halloween is also known as All Halloween, All Hallows Eve, or All Saints Eve. It started out as a Christian celebration that was observed the day before the Feast of All Hallows. It's a Christian festival that's celebrated. It's in honor of all the saints, the ones that are known and the ones that are unknown. It lasts for 3 whole days. starting on October 31st, and it would end on November the 2nd. It was meant for people to remember the dead. From all the way back to the medieval times, up until the 1930s, people would practice what was called souling, okay? It's where kids would gather up in groups. They would go around from parish to parish, and they would pray for the souls of the givers or the residents of the parish, and in return, they would be given soul cakes. Now, poor planning and preparing for the video, I did not even know what a soul cake was, so I'm going to tell you. A soul cake is a small round cake which is traditionally made for Halloween, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day to commemorate the dead in Christian tradition. It doesn't really tell me what the cake is made of, if it's just a regular cake or a bundt cake or a king. It don't really tell me, but that's all it says about soul cakes. Well, okay, sometime in the 1930s, postcards were distributed for All Hallows Eve, which depicted children dressed in white cloths going around visiting their friends' houses and singing for prayers and treats. Have you ever heard someone or in a movie where they would say Halloween was invented by the candy companies to sell more candy? Well, it's actually half true.
But everyone here knows that Halloween was invented by the candy companies. It's a conspiracy.
It just so happens that Halloween is based on the ancient feast called All Hallows Eve.
The candy companies distributed those postcards to sell more candy, basically. So pretty much, they just profitized an existing holiday, and then they built an entire industry around it. So they're kind of right. Modern day Halloween come from the candy companies to sell more candy, but it was a holiday that was a Christian holiday that was already in existence, and basically the two just were merged together, and bam, we got modern day Halloween. It wasn't until 1934, though, that those publications included the words "trick or treat" printed across the top of them, and that is the earliest use of the term trick or treat in history. As far back as we have records kept, that was the first time trick or treat was publicated syndically. It's the first time they put it out for the world to see. By 1950, basically modern day Halloween was in full effect. Fast forward now to October of last year, 2018. Americans, just in America, spent roughly $480 million on costumes just for their pets. And yes, you heard me right, $480 million on costumes for their pets. All total for pets and humans, costumes, candy, decorations, Americans spent over $9 billion on Halloween. That is absolutely remarkable. The $9.1 billion a year Halloween comes in second only behind Christmas. The incredible thing is, Christmas has an entire season, whereas Halloween is just one day. At the same time, though, the growth and formation of Halloween, it has recently seen a rise in Halloween-themed attractions pretty much within the last 10 years. Haunted houses, corn mazes, and hay rides that were not always part of Halloween. They only became popular and abundant within recent years. They were their own separate attraction. The first purpose-built haunted attraction was built in 1915 in England. It ran by steam, like a steam locomotive, as how objects swung and moved inside of it. It was actually more like a modern-day carnival funhouse at your local fair, but it had spooky theming inside. That ride, actually, believe it or not, still exists. as part of a collection of steam-operated rides in England that's called the Hollycombe Steam Collection. At any rate, haunted attractions did not become mainstream in America until 1969. In 1969, a new haunted attraction ride opened in Disneyland in Anaheim, California, called the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion brought haunted attractions into mainstream America in 1969, and that's why we love them and enjoy them today. In 2019 now, over 50 years after the Haunted Mansion opened, haunted houses are popping up all over the country, in businesses, in houses, anywhere they can operate one, they're putting them up.
I put a spell on you. And now you're mine.
That's the history of Halloween. Now it's become an immensely popular holiday here in America, at least, that the majority of Americans just absolutely love. Like myself, Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year. That's going to do it for today in the history of Halloween. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I mean, I had fun making it, especially that opening scene, because I love doing special effects and that kind of stuff. I want to thank you all for watching. It's much appreciated. As always, if you want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description box below, and I'll tell you, that is much appreciated as well, because it keeps us rolling. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a happy Halloween coming up. Thank you all. I'll see you tomorrow.
The story that you are about to be told. Place in the holiday world.
Oh, and by the way, these shirts are available, and there's a link down in the description box below if you're interested.
Longer now than it seems. I'd say. Longer now than it seems. In a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams. I'd say.